So I want to turn now to former SDNY Assistant U.S. Attorney and Westchester County DA Mimi Rocah. Mimi is an adjunct professor now at Fordham Law. Lucky students, Mimi. So release of the grand jury testimony, that requires a judge's approval. It represents, a fraction of the documents related to the investigation. Grand jury evidence often includes sensitive information, unproven allegations. Is it even legal to release these transcripts? And should the DOJ change course and release like the vast trove of other Epstein-related documents?
Well, Alex, I mean, this is such a complex area for good reason, in the sense that grand jury secrecy is one of those paramount, it's a law, it's by statute, it's not just a policy, but it is one that, prosecutors greatly respect, and agents. And the reason for that, the policy behind it, is the idea that in order to get cases charged, to conduct investigations, we need people, witnesses, to be able to come in the grand jury and know that they are protected by that secrecy. The only thing that should come out of a grand jury, and victims as well, obviously, and third parties who may not be inculpated in any way, but their names come up in the grand jury, right? You don't want, that's why if no one is charged, nothing ever happens from a grand jury proceeding. But a grand jury proceeding is also very general. It is sort of the outgrowth of what is usually, in the federal process anyway, a longer, more comprehensive investigation. So the agents go out and they interview people and they talk to people, and the prosecutors often meet with people and talk to people. This all happens sort of before you even get to the grand jury. That's where you're doing your investigation. Once you get to the grand jury, it's kind of quite scripted. I'm not saying it's not important, but you're really guiding your grand jury presentation based on the charges you're going to bring, the individuals you believe you're going to bring them against, if the grand jury votes for it. And it's very focused. So this idea, all a long way of saying that this idea that this grand jury transcripts or file is going to reveal something, some smoking bomb, is really, I think, a red herring. It is really more of a political move by the Trump administration to try and find somewhere else to put the blame, if you will.
So some Trump allies, that include Steve Bannon, Laura Loomer, they are urging him to appoint a special counsel to review the Epstein case. The White House says Trump's not doing that, not going to recommend a special counsel. But is a special prosecutor warranted in this case? I mean, are Bannon and Loomer on to something? Because if you appoint a special counsel, don't they take everything quiet? They put everything underground. Everything goes away for a while. They can spend as long as they need to try to investigate something thoroughly.
Right. Well, we've certainly lived through quite a few special counsels recently. We know that the end game is usually some kind of report. But what I think is interesting here, and people are, I think, understandably forgetting the history a little bit, the Epstein case, the federal case against Epstein, was originally in the District of Florida. That case was botched, okay? And I'm being generous. In other words, Alex Acosta was the U.S. attorney who later became a Trump appointee in his first cabinet. He is the one who completely sold out that case. Epstein was allowed to get a slap on the wrist. So that was the prosecution that, frankly, could have maybe warranted some kind of special counsel, DOJ review. There was a judge that found that they broke the law with the plea agreement that they found. They didn't do justice to victims. It was only later that the Southern District of New York saw what had happened and took up the mantle and recharged Epstein after some further investigation. And that's why there was any justice whatsoever. So I know I'm not directly answering your question. I don't know if a special counsel is warranted here. I don't think so, but there certainly was something very awry in the Epstein prosecution, but it happened back in, I think it was, I can't remember the exact year now, 2006 in Florida. And there's been a lot of, we talked about this at the time when it came out.
So This week, as you know, the DOJ fired career SDNY prosecutor Maureen Comey, who prosecuted the only case to get justice for Epstein victims, as well as the Sean Diddy Combs trial. She was given zero explanation for her dismissal. Comey, of course, the daughter of former FBI Director James Comey, and an attorney that you, Mimi, supervised at the SDNY. What do you make of Comey's ousting amid the Epstein controversy and the administration's investigation into her father?
It is such a travesty that Maureen was fired. As you said, I supervised Maureen. I know her very well as a prosecutor. She is just one of the most competent, rigorous, brave prosecutors I know. Like, take her name away for a second, because she really made it a point to succeed on her own, and she did. She was liked by judges, colleagues, defense attorneys, agents, because she was just poured her heart and soul into her cases. And the main type of case she worked on were these very victim-based cases, sex trafficking, violence cases, and she charged many of them. The fact that she was able, with a team of prosecutors and agents from the FBI, to charge Epstein in 2019, years after the conduct had occurred, because Florida had botched it, she should be getting an award, not fired. What they're thinking and what the motivation was behind this, other than petty, your last name is Comey, and I'm trying to blame Jim Comey now for Epstein, which maybe as much as it is. I mean, I think that fails on its face. I think everybody can see through that, because she's the one who actually got justice for the victims. So it seems that this whole unseal the grand jury, fire Maureen Comey, blame the Democrats. I mean, this is all them attempting to save themselves politically. They're using the DOJ again as a political arm in this sense, and to get out from under this this House of Cards conspiracy that they created themselves.
Okay. All right, my friend, Mimi Rocah, thank you so much. We'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Alex.